Welcome back to Kaulignation, your one-stop shop for all things Kaulig Racing, Dingernation, SVGNation, and all things NASCAR. We are getting ready for the Monster Mile, the concrete Monster Mile over at Dover, one of my personal favorite oval tracks that there is. I love this place. It offers something different. It offers something unique. Um, you know, I'm still scarred from AJ Allmendinger almost winning that thing many years ago in the number 43 RPM Ford at the time, and him having like a 9-10 second lead on second place when a 10-cent washer that he ran over basically ended their day in any chance at winning, which was heartbreaking to say the least. Don't forget to check out our channel sponsors, Lynn over at SVG Nation on Facebook, Alex over at Dingernation. And also, now live is our Patreon. We have two videos up. One is our first podcast episode of the Kaulig and Trackhouse Nation podcast, where we dive into all the drama surrounding the NASCAR charter system, as well as who's Dodge targeting and why is it SVG and Connor Zilish. All that and more on Patreon, as well as a 30-minute deep dive on why SVG is the new king of the road courses and exactly what he was doing at Sonoma that other drivers were incapable of. All that available at patreon.com/. Kaulignation. The link is in the description below. Thank you to those who have signed up thus far. All right, so let's dive into this. Okay, there's a few points I want to hit on in this video. I want to preview Colleagues weekend. I want to talk about if SVG can carry all this road course momentum onto some ovals. But first and foremost, I want to start with Dillon. Look, NASCAR introduced this NHRA style bracket challenge where whoever finishes higher advances to the next week. And I've seen a bunch of whining and moaning and complaining that this powerhouse driver or that powerhouse driver hasn't advanced. And it's like you decided to do an NHRA style bracket in the middle of your NASCAR season. This was exactly what was always going to happen. Someone who you didn't think was going to go far was going to go far, especially when you choose to do it during this particular stretch of races. Now, Dillon, who is seated 32nd place, dead last coming into this bracket challenge, finds himself in the final four. And dare I say, heading in to Dover, he's got a real shot at advancing. I don't know if I'm willing to call him the favorite in his matchup. John Hunter Nemechek has been much better this year. Legacy in general has found more speed this year than they've had in previous years, which has made them far more competitive. Um, so by no means is it going to be a walk in the park, but Dillon has a chance to punch his ticket as the Cinderella story to the final round of this thing, where there is $1 million on the line for the person who wins the bracket challenge. Now, I don't know if anyone gets anything for second place, but look, AJ Allmendinger's on the outside looking into for the NASCAR playoffs. He's either going to have to do unbelievably insane over the course of the next six races, which is unlikely when you have Indianapolis and Richmond among those six races, where I don't expect them to perform well. Dillon going to the finals in this bracket challenge and possibly even winning, to me, despite how good AJ's been, remind you, he's 15th in overall points, just doesn't have a win, and it's hurting him in the playoff standings. But Dillon winning this bracket challenge could be the highlight of the season for Kaulig Racing. All right, let's move on to AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger has always been good in Dover. He's run very well there with Kaulig. He's had a couple of issues come up. I think he finished 13th last year. And then there was a race where he was running top five for them when he had brake failure that took him out of the race. As we talked about off the top, he almost won this race with RPM. This is one of those ovals where if they get the car set up right and they have a good day on pit road, and they unload well, this could be a big day for them points wise if they choose to. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of cars flipping the stages. I'd imagine there'll be none. There's not really time to flip a stage at Dover. But if you can race your way up into that top 10 and grab 2, 3, 4 bonus points in each of those stages, it could be a game changer. We'll see what happens. Hey, if you get some late restarts and he's there towards the end, he may even have a shot at winning the thing, although not expected at this point in time. Let's move on to our guy SVG over at Trackhouse Racing. Shane Van Gisbergen has turned the NASCAR world on its head with an absolutely incredible, dare I say, incredible one more time run of events where he went and he dominated stage 3 in Mexico, went out and won Chicago, although he'd had some challenges there. At the end of the day, he prevailed, and then dominated an area of Sonoma like I've never seen before. And like I said, we get extensively into that in our Patreon video. Um, he's got a ton of momentum. The pressure's off. He doesn't really need to perform well at Dover. That being said, this is the kind of track that will likely cause SVG issues because it's not your typical track. There's really no track on the NASCAR schedule that's close to what you do at Dover. He finished, I believe, 18th last year in the Xfinity race. I was talking to Lynn, one of our channel sponsors, who said it'd probably be a good finish if he could finish there in the Cup race. And yeah, it would be an absolutely incredible finish for SVG if he could net an 18th place finish in the Cup Series race at Dover. To run in the top 20 would be an achievement. I know there are people out there that think he's just going to take off on ovals and start winning a bunch of them. And while that could happen one day, he's just not close to that. That doesn't come overnight. It's a whole entirely different style of driving. And to have those expectations on SVG, frankly, just it's not fair. So um, we'll see what happens. I, for one, think confidence is key. And right now, they have a ton of confidence in the driver, in the pit crew who's been flawless on pit road, in their ability to unload lately. And could that transition well to Dover? It just might. He has a chance to lean on Chastain and Suarez a little bit this weekend. I'm very curious to see what SVG can do. I think a top 20 day would be a super solid day for him. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video around so others can see it, turn notifications to all, and don't forget to check out our Patreon for bonus content. Two things up there right now, as we mentioned off the top. 30-minute video on why SVG's become the new NASCAR king of road courses, and the first episode of the Kaulig and Trackhouse Nation podcast. Check it out. We would appreciate the support. Enjoy Dover weekend at the Monster Mile.